I have worked here loyally for about 5 years now. But despite that, they don't see me as a human, but as a machine built to be used and to be abused, to work tirelessly. Michelle is in charge of our payroll. She sits somewhere in that corner. She insists that I am working for a minimum wage and threatens to deduce my pay whenever I ask for a raise. She never even let me finish a sentence. The moment I say, salary increase, raise, she cuts me off quickly and she says, yeah. Is it that you're having nothing to do? You look like you're having too much time on your side. That's why you have time to complain. That's so annoying, really. She just thinks I'm a machine. Anyway, I can't tell about David. David sits somewhere that side. For David, he's in charge of our marketing department and he loves to gossip. He bribed the secretary to find out secret for blackmail. That's how he found out about my debt. Anyway, who doesn't have a debt? He loves to come over my cubicle and whisper, "Oh yeah, are you better at anything yet than crap?" Really? Telling me that if I'm better at anything yet than crap, it doesn't even know that I am the one who is actually bringing the preps and the bonuses that he's receiving because I'm working my head out. He and the HR guy don't even know what's happening. That's so annoying, you know. Whew. Work. And whenever I'm off tasks, there is this other guy called Steven. Steven is the office manager. He works directly opposite Michelle. Steven works somewhere there and then facing Michelle, just the other cubicle where they face each other. You know, Steven, as the office manager, I have never seen someone like that. He's always smiling and cracking jokes. He's all friendly. But his real job, you know what his real job is? His real job is to get employees on Michelle's side. He's always smiling, but this is a smile of a snake. Oh, I fear that guy, man. And how does he do that? Was very like Eve was tempted with his small promising. That's why it comes to give free gift mugs, souvenirs that were supposed to be used for customer and for client. That's why I use for them. Pen. I'm so surprised that people really have to become informal and sell themselves for something as cheap as a notebook, as a souvenir. What a crap of human being and generation that we are raising now. Free mugs, free notebooks. Free, oh la la. Anyway, and there's Sarah. Sarah, she's a secretary to our own floor. Indeed, a secretary. She spread erroneous rumors about all of us for David. According to her, me, I am drunk, I'm a cheater, I'm a gambler, I've had addiction, I have all the problems in this world. Oh, really? Finally there's a CFO, Megan. She rarely deals with us directly, so all she knows about us is what the managers are telling her. Today, she comes to me directly to discuss my less than savory habits. Accordingly, or allegedly, she was worried about my addictions and was recommending a program to help me. A smile. I just saw a smile. I smiled smugly from and laughed to myself. Finally! Yes, so finally! I got the chance to pay back and to tell them off. But you know what actually made my smile to become so interesting? Because I had to giggle. Looking at her with the corner of my eye. That's because my newfound friend Tulapa, who just sits right beside me on that side, just walked up, stood there, looked at the managers and said, "Excuse me, to the door, please. I never knew that Tulu could do that because all this while she had an attitude. I thought she was an attitude person, but now I realize that she was just trying to keep to herself. She didn't care whether there was a manager or not. So I was happy. I was bubbling within myself, and then, but wait a minute. I told myself, now that these guys have come and they are looking so pitiful in their faces, how will they go back and meet their loved ones, their cocoon of informant and minions? So I thought, two wrong can never make a right, isn't it? So I just make a mess of all the grievances and the painful consequences of all this dirty politics. So I asked Tulu to kindly call them back in. She actually obliged and did. I sat down and began to tell them how this office politics is actually killing them, because they as leaders and managers were supposed to be able to help those below them get up, but rather they are trying to get favors by selling out other persons. There was heat, there was denial, there was argument. I shook the table. The whole office was in array and disarray. That's what I know how to do, isn't it? Eventually, we all recognize that in order for us to be a team, we need to get better attitude in order to make our world better, an organization a better place. We realize that in order for us to be able to grow, we need to hold each other, and then if somebody is succeeding, we need to clap for the person until we get to that stage where we also will be clapped for. You see, office politics is a dirty game if we really don't know how to play it, if you play it dirtily. I know somebody who was so good at playing this office politics, but he always had a strategy. Whenever I see someone traveling in or coming to the organization, what he will do, he will just go to that person and try to present himself as the best of all the people that are in the organization. But eventually it all backfired. So you see, nemesis have a way of catching up, and those people who was playing the politics would give them the gift and then the freebies and information actually let them down. You need to be very wise. We meet in organizations because we meet people there, and the same people we meet, when you shut the door, you know, remember, it is not, you need to just, the door is not locked. But the way you behave to somebody that you meet in an organization because you just want to be part of a dirty game of a dirty office politics, what happens to you after is that you, as you're shutting the door, you might not know that you are actually having somebody else lock the door back on you. And you will never be able to open that door. I have seen a lot of persons sometimes having this false sense of entitlement, making you feel that you are just at their own mercy. But remember, you see these seats? Probably you find out there are many empty seats there. You will leave this seat and somebody else will come and occupy that seat. And better, I pray, that let it not be somebody that probably you have had to sit down and then to be against. I know one story, I'll tell you. One story. So there was this lady, she was once a manager. Oh my God. So she had an attitude and she moved to an organization. What I actually heard is that she was giving a hell of a time to somebody who was working with her. But as things will happen, guess what? This person that she was giving the hell of a time eventually became a supervisor. She couldn't stay, she had to move out. Dirty office politics is not yours. Learn to live by the rule of unity, of team working, and you will always have an opportunity to be celebrated in life. Once again, my name is Anselm. I'm your career breakthrough sidekick. I just tried to do this very monologue to bring to us some of the realities that we face in the workplace. We are humans, and as being human, we are made to strive. Sometimes conflict can happen, but don't let dirty office politics become your future nemesis. Thank you.